Well, I just finished a little project that I've wanted to have done for a long time, but I wasn't quite sure how I'd go about it. I have this rear patio light fixture off of this sliding glass door, and then I have this other one off of this other sliding glass door. This is the master bedroom right here. This is the family room. Well, what often happens is we might let the dogs out at the end of the night out of this door and then let them in this door. And it's kind of frustrating because if we turn this light on so that we can see them, and I'm sure the dogs can see anything, but if we turn this light on and then we go into the bedroom, now I can't turn this light off unless I go all the way through the house to turn it off. So I always thought it was dumb that they didn't set these up on three-way circuitry so that one switch here, one switch there, and you can control both lights from both switches. Well, with the advancements of modern technology, I can now turn on this light and that light. This is using smart switches from a company named Kleverness. And I have the same sort of switch set up on the interior on this wall. I really like the switches. Oh, these are dusk to dawn lights, so they automatically went off because it's not dark enough yet. I really like the quality of the switches, and I actually skipped a lot of the tutorial stuff that their app includes. They literally walk you through step by step the install process, but I'm pretty handy when it comes to electrical work, so I really didn't need that level of hand holding. But I gotta show you this too. The packaging on this is just, it's kind of crazy. I've bought flagship cell phones for close to $1,000 or more and had boxes that were even less fancy than this. This has a little magnetic closure on it and this kind of neoprene type cover, and the actual switches, there's two ways to set them up. They come with these one gang covers, and there's no screws or anything, so it's really sleek looking. But if for some reason you've got more than one switch or receptacle or something in an electrical box, and they're side by side, there's this insert that you can use that will allow you to have multiple switches in the same box. This just literally snaps off. Here, I can pull this off and you can see what it looks like. Each switch has a little barcode that you can scan with the app and get it programmed that way with the get it programmed to the hub. So there's a hub that's connected to my internet router, and that allows for the communication to occur. The hub sends a signal to each of the switches. So and it doesn't use Wi-Fi for the switch-to-switch communication for the remote control. It actually uses RF, which is a fancy way of saying radio waves. And supposedly they're pretty strong and can work in just about any residential situation. This is my first foray into any kind of smart switches, smart home technology. I've always been hesitant to do it because, number one, I didn't know anything about it. Every time I'd start to look into it, I would get kind of intimidated and put it down and not bring it back. But I saw this advertised on Facebook and went to their website. I was pretty impressed with what I saw and the fact that I could get an answer was able to answer for myself whether or not I could accomplish this, what I wanted to do, which was have a switch in one room also act as a remote control switch to another, and vice versa. Another thing too, if you're familiar with electrical work like this, some of these smart switch technologies require a neutral wire to be in the switch box, and not every switch box has a neutral wire in it, depending on how the circuit was engineered. I was fortunate in that I do have a neutral wire in each of my switch boxes, but these smart switches do support not having a neutral wire. If you don't have a neutral wire, you have to insert this little kind of a little helper type circuit. I believe you have to do that at the fixture, and that would let the switch work the way that it does now with the neutral wire. So if what I said doesn't make any sense to you at all, that's okay, because if you're at all interested in these kinds of switches from Kleverness, like I said, the app literally has illustrations and step-by-step instructions. And if you're skilled enough to replace an outlet or replace a switch or replace a light fixture, you're probably skillful enough to be able to install these. I was really impressed, and the physical quality, the build quality of the switches is really top notch. I've handled lots of outlets and switches in my lifetime, and I've never had any feel as solid and well engineered in the palm of my hand as these. The actual terminals that you attach the wires to could not have been any better. I was just really impressed with that. There's a real nice sale in the month of December 2020. I'll put a link in my post about that. I don't get anything for it. This isn't an affiliate sale or anything like that. No benefit to me, but I just thought I would share. If you have a similar challenge that I had, maybe you can do something similar. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you have along the way if you have any. See ya.